All right, everyone get ready, because today we are going deep into color psychology.
Oh, fun.
We've got a couple of really interesting articles here.
Okay.
One is called Color Psychology and its Impact on Human Behavior.
Okay.
And then the second one is called Color Psychology. Does it affect how you feel?
Interesting.
And I got to say, this stuff is really fascinating.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered why
Mm,
a buy now button is always red?
that's a good question.
Or why you feel so relaxed in a room that's painted blue?
Yeah, like a spa.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, we're going to unlock those secrets today
I love it.
in this deep dive.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so first of all, what even is color psychology?
So, color psychology is basically the study of how different colors impact how we feel our behaviors and even our decision making.
Oh, decision making. Okay, so this is practical stuff
Very
that
practical.
we can use in our daily lives.
Absolutely.
So are there any universal color meanings? Like is
Yeah.
red always intense no matter where you go on planet Earth?
Yeah. There are definitely some common threads across cultures.
Okay.
Warm colors like reds, oranges, and yellows often signal energy and excitement.
Oh,
Think about like sunshine and fire.
right.
Those are nature's powerhouses.
Yeah.
And then you have cool colors like blues and greens
Uh-huh.
that tend to kind of bring to mind calmness and tranquility.
Yeah.
Like serene skies and oceans.
Yeah, it's like our brains are hardwired to just make those associations
Right.
without even thinking about it.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing brands and marketers are using this to their advantage.
Oh, absolutely. They are. It's like marketing magic.
Hmm.
They're very carefully selecting colors to create a specific image
Right.
and ultimately to get you to spend money.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If you saw like a high-end jewelry store,
Right.
but it had like bubblegum pink walls and like neon
Yeah.
green accents,
Uh-huh.
it just wouldn't work.
No, it would totally clash with the whole experience.
Yeah, it'd be like that ice cream shop that was in the article with a dark and gloomy storefront.
Right.
It just wouldn't make you think of like fun and delicious ice cream.
Exactly. It just wouldn't feel right.
So let's unpack some specific colors,
Okay, let's do it.
starting with my favorite.
Okay, blue.
What is it about blue?
I don't know. It's just so calming and peaceful.
Right.
But is there more to it than that?
Yeah, so blue is often linked to feelings of trust and stability
Okay.
and peace. Think about clear blue skies, tranquil waters.
Right.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And it's no wonder so many corporations, especially in the tech world, use the color blue.
Right, like Facebook and Twitter, all of the big names.
All the big names.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, we're the calm and steady hand in this crazy digital world.
Yeah, we can be trusted
You can trust us.
with your data.
Exactly.
But blue isn't always so like upbeat, is it?
Right. Well, there's that expression feeling blue for a reason.
Yeah.
Historically, artists like Picasso,
Even use blue during his blue period to depict like somber and negative moods.
interesting.
Yeah.
So it's trustworthy, but it can also be kind of melancholic.
A little bit, yeah.
I like it.
Complex.
It's complex. All right, what about green?
Okay.
I think of nature growth harmony.
You're spot on.
Okay.
And those associations are really leveraged well by brands that want to seem eco-friendly
Okay.
and health conscious.
Right.
Think about Whole Foods.
Yeah.
That deep, earthy green just instantly connects their products to nature.
Yeah, and then there's Spotify
Yes.
with their vibrant green, almost like the music itself is growing and evolving.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's talk about yellow. What about yellow?
Okay, so yellow,
Sunshine,
happiness,
happiness,
but also warning signs.
warning signs.
It's interesting.
It is an interesting duality.
I never thought about it like that.
So our eyes are naturally drawn to yellow,
Okay.
which is why it's used for cautionary things,
Right.
like traffic signs and safety vests.
Oh, yeah.
Think about a bright yellow wasp
Oh, yeah, get away.
warning you away.
Yeah,
Nature knows what it's doing.
nature knows best.
But then you have those emojis.
Yeah.
They're mostly yellow, spreading joy and positivity
Oh, yeah.
across our screens.
Exactly, and brands use it too. Like McDonald's, Burger King,
Yes.
to create that fun and cheerful vibe.
Those golden arches.
Oh, yeah, iconic.
Very much so.
Okay, this just blew my mind.
What is it?
Gen Z yellow.
Oh, yeah.
The article mentioned that it
Mhm.
was like the color for a while.
Yeah.
Why yellow?
Why yellow?
And why Gen Z?
So Gen Z yellow really exploded as a trend a few years ago.
Okay.
Symbolizing kind of youthfulness, freshness.
Mm-hmm.
a break from the more muted tones of the past.
Interesting.
So you saw it in fashion, graphic design, music videos. It was everywhere.
Wow.
And it really became a statement of optimism and individuality for that generation that's looking to stand out.
It's so fascinating how color can be tied to like these cultural moments.
Makes you think, what's the next big color trend going to be?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep this rainbow going.
Okay.
What about orange?
Orange.
You know, vibrant, warm,
Full of life.
full of life.
Think about like fresh squeezed orange juice.
Oh, yeah.
Bursting with energy and flavor.
Yeah.
It's all about enthusiasm, creativity, a zest for life.
But like yellow, it's also used for caution,
It is.
traffic cones, safety vests.
Right.
What's up with that?
Certain shades of orange, especially when you pair it with black,
Okay.
it signals caution.
Got it.
So it's a color that really grabs your attention, just like yellow,
Yeah.
and alerts you to potential hazards.
Okay.
In marketing, orange is seen as kind of a softer, friendlier alternative to red. So it draws attention without being like overly aggressive.
That explains all those sign-up buttons.
Exactly.
Orange
Yes.
gets you going, but also keeps you safe.
That's right.
All right, let's bring on the heat. It's time for red.
Red.
It's like the most emotionally intense color.
It really is, wouldn't you say?
Red is powerful.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's the color of passion, love, excitement, but also danger, anger, and urgency.
Right.
Like a beating heart,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
stop sign, a fire truck siren.
Oh, yeah?
It evokes these visceral reactions.
Yeah, no wonder they say seeing red.
Exactly.
Like your whole body just goes on high alert.
Right.
But red is also super romantic.
It is.
Right? Like red roses, red lipstick.
Red lingerie, all tap into that passionate romantic side.
It's a color that commands attention.
Yes.
And stirs up all kinds of emotions.
It does.
Think about brands.
Yeah.
Like Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
And Netflix,
Right.
they use red to their advantage.
Right.
Like Coca-Cola, wants you to feel that energy and excitement.
Exactly.
And Netflix uses red to create this sense of anticipation
Yes.
for their shows.
For their shows. It's like those red Netflix previews.
Yeah.
They always get me hooked.
They always get you.
I gotta watch.
It's color psychology working its magic.
Oh, man.
It really is.
All right, speaking of powerful colors,
Yeah.
what about pink?
Pink.
It's had quite a transformation, hasn't it?
It has.
From like girly and frivolous to powerful and edgy.
It's really evolved.
Yeah.
So while it's still associated with sweetness and playfulness and femininity,
Right.
pink has taken on new meanings,
Okay.
especially in the tech world.
Oh, interesting.
Companies like Envision and Lemonade
Yeah.
are using bright pinks to challenge those traditional notions.
So they're using pink to represent energy innovation,
Exactly.
a fresh perspective.
That's right.
It's like pink is reclaiming its power.
It really is.
Okay, let's move on to a color that's both mystical and luxurious.
Okay.
Purple.
Purple.
You got it.
So purple has long been associated with luxury, royalty, wisdom, spirituality.
Okay.
Think about those majestic robes worn by kings and queens.
Or the aura of mystery surrounding like amethyst crystals.
And who could forget Cadbury chocolate?
Yes.
That iconic purple packaging.
Oh, yeah.
Symbolizing indulgence and quality for ages.
Yeah, Cadbury has really cleverly used purple to position their chocolate as a premium treat.
Ah, makes sense.
And other brands like Milka and Nestle have followed suit,
Yeah.
leveraging that sense of richness and luxury.
Purple definitely makes you think treat yourself.
It does.
Now let's go to a color that's classic and edgy.
Okay.
Black.
Black.
It never goes out of style.
It really does.
So black is so intriguing.
Yeah.
It's timeless and modern,
Uh-huh.
elegant and rebellious all at the same time.
Yes.
A sleek black dress,
Right.
a powerful black suit,
Yeah.
a mysterious black cat.
Totally.
It just oozes sophistication and mystery.
It does.
And brands love it.
Yeah.
Like Nike, Gucci, Adidas.
All the big ones?
They use it for their logos
Yeah.
to show power style.
And timelessness.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with black. You can't.
But it can also have some negative connotations, like mourning or darkness.
Right.
In Western cultures, at least, black is associated with death
Creef.
and the unknown.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex color
For sure.
with lots of layers.
Yeah.
All right, let's lighten things up a little bit.
Okay.
What about white? Purity, innocence.
A blank slate.
Exactly.
So white represents cleanliness, simplicity, and new beginnings.
Yeah, think about like a fresh snowfall,
Uh-huh.
a blank canvas, a bride's white dress.
Right.
It evokes this feeling of purity and possibility.
Like hitting the reset button.
Exactly.
And in design,
Yeah,
white space is like essential.
it is.
It gives your eyes a break,
Right.
lets other elements stand out. But
Too much white.
what about it? It can feel sterile.
Like a hospital room.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about finding the right balance.
Okay, what about gray?
Oh?
It often gets overlooked.
Does.
Gray is interesting.
That's...
It's like in between black and white.
Yeah, like that middle ground.
Yeah, what's the story there?
So gray represents balance, neutrality, composure.
Okay.
It's often seen as like sophisticated and modern, especially in interior design.
Yeah, think about like those sleek, minimalist apartments
Yes.
with concrete walls and gray accents.
Totally.
But too much gray
Too much gray.
can be a little dreary.
It can be seen as a little dull and uninspiring if it's overused.
Okay, so again, it's about using it strategically.
Yes.
Okay, finally, let's talk about brown. A color that's associated with nature,
Uh-huh.
stability,
Yes.
doesn't always get the spotlight,
It doesn't.
but it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's got that like earthy charm,
Yeah.
feels grounding,
Grounding, comforting.
comforting.
Think about like the richness of soil, the sturdiness of trees,
Wow.
the comfort of like a leather armchair.
Yeah.
It represents reliability, warmth, security.
And brands use it too.
They do.
Like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Those iconic Louis Vuitton bags.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely scream luxury and durability.
That's right.
Brown might not be flashy,
No.
but it has like a quiet strength to it.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so we've covered the whole rainbow.
We did it.
It's incredible how each color has its own personality and story.
It really is.
But this is just the beginning, right?
It is.
There's so much more to color psychology
so much more.
than just these like basic associations.
Absolutely. We've just scratched the surface.
So now it's time to dive deeper
Okay.
into how these colors play out in the real world.
Let's do it. You know, one of the most fascinating things about color psychology is how it can affect our performance.
Really? Like, how, so,
Well, there was this one study
okay.
where students were exposed to red right before taking an exam.
Oh, that's probably not good.
And you can probably guess what happened.
Right.
They didn't perform as well as the students who weren't exposed to the color red.
So, like, skip the red shirt on test day.
Probably a good idea. But wait a minute, red is also supposed to be energizing.
It is.
Right. So wouldn't that be helpful in some situations?
Absolutely. That's the thing about color psychology.
Okay.
Context is key.
Okay.
So while red might be distracting during a test,
Right.
it can actually be beneficial in situations where you need like a boost of energy.
Okay, so like wearing red to the gym
Yeah.
to like give you that extra push.
Exactly. Give you that extra push to crush your workout.
Love it.
And think about competitive sports, too.
Uh-huh.
There have been studies that show that athletes who wear red uniforms
Okay.
are often perceived as more dominant and aggressive,
Interesting.
which can give them a psychological edge.
Wow. So red can either fire you up or totally psych you out,
It really depends.
depending on the situation.
Yeah, the double-edged sword.
I like that, a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So the articles also mentioned how color psychology can actually impact what we buy,
Yeah,
especially when it comes to cars,
it's true.
right? Car color choices can reflect the image we want to project to the world.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me an example.
So like a bright red sports car
Okay.
might say, hey, look at me, I'm confident and adventurous.
Okay, makes sense. What about like a sleek black sedan?
That could suggest someone who values power and sophistication.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what about
What a
those practical silver SUVs?
Yeah.
What are those drivers all about?
That could indicate someone who prioritizes reliability and functionality.
Okay. And white.
White is all about freshness and simplicity.
Right.
And then blue, of course, you have that reliable, dependable vibe.
Sure. But sometimes people just choose a car color because they like it.
Of course.
Or it was the best deal.
Absolutely.
Like my car is silver, but it's not because I'm some like innovative tech genius.
Right.
It was literally the only one left on the lot
Happens all the time.
with the features I wanted.
Yeah, personal preference and practicality definitely play a role.
For sure.
You can't always read too much into these things. Color psychology is fascinating.
Yes, it is.
But it's not an exact science.
Okay, so we've covered how color affects our emotions, our decisions, even our performance.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else we should know about the power of color?
We can't wrap up this deep dive without talking about color therapy.
Oh, color therapy.
Yes,
Okay, so that's where you're using colors to, like, heal or improve your mood?
that's exactly right.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's also known as chromotherapy,
Chromotherapy, okay.
and it's been practiced for centuries
Wow.
in various cultures around the world.
So how does it actually work?
So the idea is that different colors have different vibrational frequencies
Okay.
that can influence our energy and well-being.
Okay, so do you, like, bathe in colored light or something?
Well, it can involve different techniques,
Okay.
including exposure to colored lights,
Ah.
wearing certain colors, or even visualizing specific colors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are some of the color associations in chromotherapy?
So, for example, red is often used to stimulate circulation and boost energy,
Okay.
while blue is believed to be calming and soothing.
That makes sense.
Green is associated with growth and healing,
Okay.
and yellow is thought to promote mental clarity and optimism.
I like it. It's like harnessing the power of color to, like, improve your health.
Exactly.
But is there any science to back this up?
That's where things get a little tricky.
Okay.
While there is anecdotal evidence and historical practices that support chromotherapy,
Mhm.
the scientific research is still pretty limited.
So more research is needed.
More research is definitely needed to really understand its full potential.
So it's more of like an alternative or complementary therapy
Yeah,
rather than like a mainstream medical treatment?
exactly.
Okay.
And while there's growing interest in studying the effects of color on health and well-being,
Uh-huh.
we're still in the early stages of understanding its full potential.
It's just fascinating to think that color could have such a profound impact.
I know, that's pretty amazing.
On our health, it's like this hidden language we're only beginning to understand.
Yeah. And the more we learn about color psychology,
Yeah.
the more we can harness its power to improve our lives and create more meaningful experiences.
I love okay, so we've explored the world of color psychology from, like, its basic principles to its impact on marketing performance, even therapy.
It's been a colorful journey.
It really has been.
We hope this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for the power of color
Yes.
in your everyday life.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
we want to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
Okay.
Something to spark your curiosity and encourage you to pay more attention to the colors around you.
I like it.
So take a moment to think about the colors that you're wearing right now,
Okay.
the colors in your home or your office, even the colors that you see out in nature.
Uh-huh.
What feelings do they evoke in you?
Yeah. Do they make you feel energized, calm, inspired?
Or something else entirely?
Pay attention to how color influences your mood, your thoughts, and even your actions.
You might be surprised by what you discover.
Ah.
You know, it's amazing how much we just take color for granted.
I know, right?
Like it's just there.
Uh-huh.
But after this deep dive,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing the world
Oh, yeah.
in a whole new light.
A whole new light.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
It does.
We're literally surrounded by color,
Yes.
and it's constantly influencing us.
Whether we realize it or not.
And it's not just about, those basic color meanings.
Right.
It's about how brands are using it
Yes.
to basically nudge us
Uh-huh.
in certain directions,
Right.
whether it's, grabbing our attention, making us feel a certain way, or ultimately getting us to spend money.
It's true. It's like this subtle form of communication.
Yeah.
Once you start noticing it, you can't unsee it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think about those fast food restaurants we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They use those bright, vibrant colors, like
Right.
reds and yellows,
Uh-huh.
to stimulate your appetite, create a sense of urgency.
Like, come in quick, grab a burger.
Exactly.
I don't even think twice.
Don't think about it, just do it.
Just do it.
And then on the flip side, you have those luxury brands
Right.
that use black, white, and gold
Mm-hmm.
to create that aura of sophistication and exclusivity.
So color can be used to appeal to our emotions
Totally.
and even our aspirations.
It's true.
It's kind of brilliant when you think about it.
It is pretty amazing.
And the more we understand about color
Mhm.
psychology,
Yeah.
the more we can become, conscious consumers,
Right.
make choices that align with our values and goals.
Exactly.
So the next time you're feeling down,
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with some uplifting yellows and oranges.
Yeah.
And if you need to focus,
Yeah.
create a calming blue environment.
I love it.
This has been such a fascinating deep
It
dive.
has.
Who knew there was so much to say about color?
I know.
It's not just about aesthetics.
Right.
It's about psychology,
Uh-huh.
marketing,
Mhm.
even health and well-being.
It really is a fascinating subject.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed exploring the world of color with us today.
We had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us.
And be sure to check out our next deep dive.
Yes.
We're going to be tackling a whole new topic.
See you then and then.